Kia ora koutou. If everyone could take their seats, that would be fantastic. Early childhood. Excellent. Because they're communicating and... Okay. Talofa lava, malawalele, kia ora ana, bulavanaka, kia ora koutou, no mai, haere mai, ki te kura a kou taituka. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the College of Education. So, I have taken my mask off and that's fine, but we'll generally wear our masks within this forum. And it is a smaller crowd tonight because COVID is ravaging the secondary schools of Dunedin. But I welcome all those people on live stream tonight. Ollie, I hear you're coming in from Tairi. That's fantastic. And we welcome everybody here. There's people coming from overseas, Australia, no mai, haere mai. So, ko ramaroa te maunga, ko mangakahia te awa. No tai tukarau a hau. Ko Naomi Ingram taku ingoa. My name is Naomi Ingram and I'm the Associate Dean of Initial Teacher Education here at the college. I have been here for 10 years in July and it is such a privilege to work here. And it is such a privilege to be part of the teaching profession. So all of the staff that you're going to meet tonight are all registered teachers, and our registration, our teacher registration is our pride and our identity. And we will be teachers till the day we are no more. So even though I have been out of the classroom for 10 years, I am still very much a teacher. And we welcome you tonight to consider being part of that noble profession that is teaching, because it is an exciting space, a valued space, and such a rewarding space. I have got more out of teaching than I have ever put in. So we really welcome you tonight, and we really welcome you to consider teaching. We're hoping we're going to give you a feel of it and enough information so you can go away and make some good decisions. Okay, I want everyone to admire my little remote tonight. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so we're going to start as we mean to go on. So I'd like everyone to stand up, and we are going to do a karakia together. And it's one of my favourites, and it's kia hora te marino. And I'm actually going to do actions, and you're welcome to join me in the actions if you like, or you're welcome just to enjoy the words. But I'll talk about what it means first. And it means peace be everywhere. Let the oceans of your journey be calm and glistening like green stone. The shimmering light across the water will guide your journey. Oh, it's good to be alive. Okay, so that's the meaning of the karakia, and we're going to say it now. You're welcome to say it along with us. At home, I hope you're doing it too. Stand up too, and you can do the actions with me. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa, paunamu te moana, kia tere te kā rohi, e mua, e huarahi, tihe mauri ora. Kia ora, sitting down, thank you. So that means that it's a safe space for us to do business. So tonight, we are going to give you are here because you are really interested in the teaching profession. And do you know, just parents amongst you, last year, after this presentation, we had a parent sign up to be a teacher too. So don't think you can't change your degrees. In fact, in one of our programs, we have a really high proportion of mature students. So I'm talking to you as well, parents, and I reckon you've got a bit of teaching in you too. So we're going to talk about reasons to study with us. We're going to talk about our B teaching programs, information about applying, other options that you can study at the College of Education, and then we're going to give a good chunk of time for questions. Now, I should say, if you're on the live stream, the people who are sitting before me will have an opportunity to ask questions within this forum, but anyone sitting on the live stream, you can go onto our College of Education Facebook page and send a message if you have any questions, and we'll deal with those questions later on. Okay, I apparently have to press play on this.
I chose Otago because it's nice and close to home. I can still pop.
I did that for you.
Thank you. Cool, would you be able to look after it for a wee minute? I've just got to do this video and then I'll be able to come find it with you.
Kia ora, my name is Kane Johnson.
My name is Erica Cormack.
Talofa lava, my name is Sammy Se'el.
Hi, I'm Alicia de Corsi. I am a third year student doing the Bachelor of Teaching in Dawson Primary Education. I think the really great thing about the College of Education is the fact that the lecturers are always available for you, so you can go and ask for help or guidance or just anything really, and I think that's what makes the College of Education really special.
The Te Pōkau unit is an opportunity for anybody to be part of, whether you're Tauiwi, you're Māori or Pacifica, it doesn't matter. It's not just about speaking Māori, it's about the concepts and ideals behind it and giving you a better worldview, I guess, of Te Ao Māori and how we can incorporate that, and it's something to be celebrated and not afraid of.
The early childhood program involves a bit of class time, which is lectures, tutorials and workshops. You do that usually about 4 days a week. Then you get put in an early childhood centre, and yeah, that's sort of when you get to put into practice everything you've learned in class. Ah, good work.
Placement's been awesome. I find that I've been learning a lot more very quickly in my time here, and also it's been good pairing up with teachers, with mentor teachers, to help us who are quite young in the profession, quite fresh, to be able to practice and develop our pedagogies too.
Once you get into the school and you're in the class environment, you really realise why you're doing the degree. The kids absolutely love having student teachers, and it gives you a chance to experience life. As a teacher, you see how busy it is, but also how amazing it is, especially when you see students make progress or you realise that you have a really cool impact on their life.
Can't speak highly enough of the lecturers and the support that we get, and also from the students that you're working alongside as well.
Yeah, we'll go with one of that and then get
You building that sense of whānau and getting each other through.
In terms of the lecturers, they are very helpful, very informative, very knowledgeable people, and it's awesome to know that if we are struggling, that we are able to approach them on a more pastoral conversation. That's very comforting and very reassuring for a student who's not from here.
There wasn't ever really another option for me. I always wanted to come to Otago.
With the OUSA, their events and things like that, brings you into the whole Dunedin experience, I think. And on your map?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I can see. You did it there and there.
That's a letter B. See?
Is it?
And that part of it for them.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so it's a beautiful video, and some of the stars of the video you'll meet tonight. So one of the things is it really is, thank you Ian, it is really a supportive learning environment. So I think anywhere in the University of Otago is quite supportive, but particularly at the College of Education, there's a really strong pastoral care emphasis, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. One of our graduates said the sense of community created through this course is exceptional. And we know this because teaching is about relationships. So the relationships we have with our students and the relationships that we want our students in our class or our early childhood setting to really foster with each other as well as with the kaiako or their teachers. Placement, you're coming to the university to do your courses and your classes, but you also spend a lot of time out in, depending on your sector, early childhood setting or your school. So it really is sort of an iterative, interactive process between the school and the college. And it is fun. A lot of people in uni, I've never heard my daughter say that, I don't want to go to class today, but it's not the same according to the College of Education students. Just to talk a little bit more about pastoral care. So every program has a program coordinator that you'll meet tonight, and they are responsible for the pastoral care within that program, and it really is a family and looking after like a family. But we also have another a group of people that are really important. We have a Pacifica coordinator, Karina Nafatali, in the beautiful purple shirt tonight. It's Samoan Language Week, so she's not able to be with us tonight. She's got a lot on in the Samoan community. And then we have Rachel Martin, who leads a group of Kaiawhina, and the gentleman on the right-hand side of that picture is going to talk to you all now, Michael. We'll need to use this because of the live stream. But you need to hold it, it's not a prop.
Oh,
yeah.
Very good. Am I heard? Kia ora. Nice to see everybody. So yeah, a bit of a surprise to see myself up there. That happens, all those surprises. Yeah, there are many levels of keeping tabs on people. And Kaiawhina is about providing that support to Māori students or Pacifica students. I'm responsible for those in the early childhood program. And as others, there are different, secondary, primary, etc. And it's that, especially I was just thinking the 3 years. There's two students over here on my right, Rosie and Aspen. They started when COVID came upon us. That's all they've known at college, and there's been a fair bit of stress out there. And it's our job to sort of support people through that as best we can. So I think that's all I need to say. But there are many of us doing this. So if it's a place you want to come away and get away from other things, you'll find that there's always people looking out for you, which we think is a good thing. Aye. Right, now, where do I look? Oh, yeah.
Thanks. And so we also have I've got to make sure I don't have a double. We also have a Māori and Pacifica room at the college as well, which welcomes people, and it's really like a wharenui home for them. So, find my rose gold. It's rose gold. Okay. So now we're going to talk about each individual program, and just before Sonia gets up, I'd like to say I'm very proud of our programs. We have just been renewed by the Teaching Council for a whole new set of programs which launched this year. That's way better, isn't it? And so you can do, with a Bachelor of Teaching, an early childhood, primary bicultural. So I'll talk more about those later, but right now, Sonia Gacious is going to come up and tell us.
Tēnā koutou katoa, te lawha, ko Sonia Gacious tōku ikoa. Like Naomi said, as you can tell, I'm not originally from around here, but I spent over 20-something years teaching little people in the U.S., primarily in Arizona, and I'm originally from Kansas, eastern Kansas, not the farmlands. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so I get to talk about wonderful early childhood education, and in a minute, our 2 third years are going to get up here and keep me honest. So, when I tell you that they're here to double check and share with you their experiences. But first of all, Naomi already touched upon the fact that relationships are really important. And definitely that's the first thing I have down here. Relationships are key. And that's really at the heart of our program, because it's also at the heart of early childhood education. Everything's built upon relationships. We are a very small program, and we'd say that the university isn't particularly like that because that means we cost a lot. But it's important because that's how you have these relationships. We're whānau. You come into our program and you are going to go through the 3 years in basically a cohort. The same group of 25 or so, we are lucky people, or sometimes smaller. And so it's a close-knit group. You share a lot. Lifelong friends, really. So that's the important piece. But I also want to talk a little bit about this slide right here, because I think people are oftentimes surprised to find out what early childhood education means. So in early childhood education, we focus in New Zealand, outside of New Zealand, the focus is on children's learning dispositions and helping them develop their working theories about how the world works. So in this picture, what kind of learning might be happening that teachers are helping to facilitate? Well, you've got 3 children digging in the sand, playing in the sand, so there's some trust going on there, that they're going to be able to play in the sand, that they're going to have their kayako there supporting them along the way. There's some contribution to each other's learning as they're playing together. The kayako's probably there kind of helping to facilitate some of that. What else do we see there? You guys want to chime in? Put you on the spot. Lots of language going on, language being built, but as they're talking to each other, our kayako's going to be asking some beautiful open-ended questions. What do you think might happen if? Oh, I wonder what would happen. Oh, how did you do that? That's teaching in early childhood education. Oh, if we could get into the subject, the content areas, the maths of quantity, filling up the bucket, the physics of how wet sand and dry sand is different or similar, the chemistry there. So all kinds of things happening all along the way that Kayako is facilitating that growth. We do plan for children's learning because we're all along the way we're writing narratives about the children's learning that says, oh, here's what I saw happening with you today. This is what I think it means. And now I'm going to use that to help you learn in this way maybe. Don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what I'm going to go for. We're going to try that. That's what teaching early childhood looks like in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Yeah, so I think there's another slide. There's another slide I'm supposed to talk to? Yeah, oh, yep, okay. So, but it's your special rose gold. Okay, so it is a 3-year undergraduate program. As Naomi mentioned, you have, actually, you mentioned it, or they did in the movie, in the film there, that there are professional experiences you have each year. 2 in the first year, 2 in the second year, and in the third year, you're in the same place the whole time. So that you have those relationships that you're building on. The degree qualifies you to teach in kindergartens, early childhood care and education settings. Where else does it say? Yeah, other early childhood settings, home-based. Any place that requires a qualified early childhood educator. That's what the Bachelor Teaching Program will give you. One of the questions I frequently get is, what about Otago Polytech? Otago Polytech offers a level 3 and level 4 qualifications. Those are not teacher registration qualifications, so you have to have at least the Bachelor of Teaching for that. One thing you can do, though, it's really cool that you can do as you're studying for your B-Teach, is we always need in the community, because we always are out in the community with your placements, there's always a need for more early childhood relievers. And what a lot of our students do is while you are doing your bachelor's teaching, instead of working at McDonald's or something, you can be a relief teacher. And when you're not in classes, you can be relieving at an early childhood center. Not the one you're placed at, though, but nonetheless, it's a way you can automatically be engaging with children from the very beginning. So I think that's enough of me talking, because I have these 2 wonderful students here who have come to talk to you tonight. So I'm going to hand it over to Rosie and Aspen.
Kia ora. Test. Kia ora, ko Aspen tōku e koa. Oh, ko Rosie tōku e koa. So we are 3rd year early childhood students. I actually started my tertiary education with first year health sci, as a lot of students do, and I quickly realised that actually that wasn't for me. I'll leave this on. Okay. Yeah, so I quickly realised that it actually wasn't for me. I'd always loved children. Education was always an option out there, and so in 2020 I decided to change and do early childhood, which I'm so glad that I did. I have a great cohort, so we're actually one of the smallest cohorts. There's currently, like 7 of us, but it just means that we're such a close-knit group. We've got to become really close with our teachers, our lecturers, yeah, which is great. In terms of probably the most important thing that I've kind of gained out of these 3 years is the te reo Māori. So just the journey that you go on and how much you learn and how much you apply into your placement is just like very rewarding. Yeah, I think looking back on the 3 years, I've definitely grown so much and progressed so much in my te reo Māori. And I'm doing like more outside of uni now. So I've kind of realised that once these 3 years are up, it's up to me, you know, when I go into my career as an early childhood teacher, it's up to me on how much I implement into the centre that I'm at. Even the placement that I'm at the moment is a bilingual centre, so that's really pushed my te reo journey even more. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Also just, as Sonia said, like relationships, not just with our cohort and the lecturers, but with the tamariki as well. That's kind of our centre focus, and everything builds from relationships. So yeah, that's such an important point and moment in a child's life, and just watching them grow, like they develop so quickly in the first few years of their life, and you get to be part of that, and you get to help them develop and grow into these confident, capable young learners. So yeah, that's something that's really rewarding as an early childhood teacher.
So kia ora, I'm Rosie. I first came into ECE. Actually, I had a conversation with somebody, and I never really thought of ECE as like a career, and I thought, oh, like that sounds really interesting, you know, like getting to teach tamariki. And so I worked at a centre for a while, and then I started studying, and once I came here, like I just learnt so much more, and so much more like sort of theoretical understanding of like what happens behind the child's play, and like all the learning that happens, and how you see that learning, how you can extend it. And it's such a rewarding thing to study in a career, and you just learn so much about yourself and how to see things from like a te ao Māori worldview is really cool as well, and like just like enhancing the mana of the child. And yeah, it's so cool just getting to see like the child like just go like overcome challenges and get through each like stage of learning, and it's so rewarding. And all of our lecturers are so supportive. Like you can tell they really care about you. And so if you're ever struggling with an assignment, you can come to them. And the relationships, as everyone said, are like really strong, just like you would have with tamariki as well. So that's it.
I'm a proud lecturer at the moment. Oh. Okay, so next is my colleague, fellow coordinator, and you're going to talk about the primary program.
Thank you, Te Lava. Kia ora katoa, ko Andrea Tokuingoa. I am the primary program coordinator, and it's wonderful to have you all here tonight and get to share with you that you're heading into, or potentially heading into, the greatest profession in the world. Call me biased, I have been a teacher for 25 years, but that says something too. You know, I haven't changed multiple careers. From the moment I stepped out the door of this college, I have loved being a teacher. It's rewarding in so many ways. Every day brings a different moment. There will be laughter, there will be tears, but thankfully there'll be more laughter, because teaching is actually a really enjoyable, fun job, and you just get so much out of it. So it's really exciting to meet you and think that you're considering this as your next step. I think for me, one of the highlights of being a teacher has been able to share my passions and my interests over the years. So I love music, I love literacy, I love technology, I'm all about well-being of people. And so that's one of the privileges of being a teacher. I get to bring these passions and things that I'm into my classroom and share it with my students. It's something that you will get to bring into here at college and share with us. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips for interviews in particular. We want to know you, and we want to know what your curriculum strengths are. Do you love music? Do you love maths, science, health? In the interview, we will ask you what your strengths are, and we'd love for you to share those with us. We want to get to know you, and part of it, lots of people have talked about relationships. That's another part of being a teacher that I have really loved. The connections I've made over the years with students, and now that I'm in here at college, the connections I make with the students here. We know you all by name. In primary, we have a great cohort of first, second and third years. There are about almost 300 students across first, second and third year. In first year this year, we've got 97 students, I think. So you're heading into a big group, but you will make friends for life. But I'll let Georgia talk